Hello, hey y'all, how you doing? Hello, Culinary, Efton, Siku. Efton says, my game is about to start, so I'm gonna pop in and out. Excellent, sounds good. Who else? 6-7, good to see you. Culinary, I already said Culinary, I think. And Silver, good to see y'all. Obviously, this is an unscheduled stream. Also, I forgot to get out my fancy new number pad, which is very important. If you have not tuned into one of my previous Colonel's Bequest speedrun streams, basically, I've been working on, decided to do a speed run of the game for my anniversary stream on Friday. And I've just been practicing whenever I have some time, and if I'm able to, I've been trying to stream as much of that as I can. I did, since my last stream, I did do some off-stream practice and improvements to my route, which I was going to talk about first. Hey, Lanky, good to see you. Does this refinement involve hiring a sniffer dog? Unfortunately, no. Beauregard will be here, but he's mostly just chilling. So let's see. First, I wanted to kind of talk about the stuff I worked on off stream. I did eventually decide that I would check out a little bit of some other some of the runs on the speedrun.com. I can never remember if it's speedrun or speedruns.com. Okay, it is singular, speedrun.com. I'm looking up a link here to share with y'all. So I'm doing a Super Sleuth speed run, which requires that I get a maximum score, which has a long list of kind of hidden things I need to accomplish. Silver says, I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying Inspector Waffle since I had never heard of it before picking it up last week. On topic, have you decided on a goal for your Friday run? My goal is kind of ever evolving ultimately. I initially thought, I would have a goal of getting under half an hour, which is still something I would like to do. However, I have now accomplished that off stream. I don't have my time handy, but it was, I want to say like 27 minutes, 40 seconds or something like that. Let's see. It was like 50 something seconds. It was longer than the longest time that's currently on the leaderboard here at that link I just posted, but not by a lot. It was like 11, maybe 15 seconds longer, something like that. So I looked at the Santa Claus run. I had to slow it down to like half speed, sometimes even a quarter speed, just to understand what was happening in a lot of spots. I talked a little bit before, like, if I just tried to, look at the best run and, do that same route myself, that wouldn't be very enjoyable to me. But I realized, like, I could look at what other runners have done in the game and, take what I've learned and apply that to my own run, and then just kind of, progressively improve things. I think ultimately what it comes down to is the thing that I enjoy about this is kind of picking apart the game and slowly gaining a better understanding of how it works. So if I were to just like do someone else's run and, try to do it as fast as I can, like, I'm not really understanding the game mechanics. So like just doing things in a super efficient way is like skipping all the good stuff to me. but I definitely don't mind looking at other runs and learning from them. So I looked at that run. There was one thing I noticed that was helpful, which was previously I had decided to ask Seeley about Jeeves. So that was already a part of my run. And at the very beginning of the run, I was going to Ethel's room and asking her about Rudy, which is a way to learn about Rudy's gambling habits. Also, I should say up front here, if you've never seen this game before, there will be lots of spoilers, including all the stuff I'll talk about here. I assume most of y'all have seen this game before, but just in case. So we can ask Seeley about Rudy as well. And then we honestly don't ever have to like even see Ethel aside from after she has been murdered. And then what else did I learn from that run? Shoot. Things are blurring in my head a little bit here, but some other things I learned recently is that the game understands using it to refer to an item you used in your previous action. So, for example, you can. I think this is actually something I noticed in the Santa Claus run. You can take the crackers. So, take crackers, and then you can type eat it instead of eat cracker. And the game will understand that when you say it, you're referring to the object of your last command, which is super helpful in a lot of cases. And some things I learned by watching One Short Eyes run today. In that same section, you can refer to the crackers as by just box. And kind of humorously, you can type get box and then eat it. And the game will interpret that as, you want to pick up the box of crackers and then eat one of the crackers. And then, of course, you can type eat it again. And at that point, you have now used the box of crackers multiple times. Shoot, what was the other thing I noticed in One Short Eyes run? Oh, right. This was a really big one. A thing I had been thinking about already is that maybe I was just kind of like very broadly doing things in a super inefficient way. And one thing I thought of was, I wonder if I should be using the mouse more to like click on an item or whatever, as opposed to like you can right click in this game to to look at an object. So if you right click on, say, this suitcase here, we'll get, if that object has a description, you'll get that description. And that's something that might potentially be useful. But then more specifically, the thing I realized in One Short Eyes run is that there's certain things you can look at or I believe even interact with without actually walking up to them first. So the first thing I noticed is that you can look at the decanter, and I honestly don't know why I didn't think of this. You can look at the decanter without going over to it. Like you just pop in the room, look decanter, and leave. You could even, I don't think One Short Eye did this, but you could even, right click on the decanter. I will probably not use the mouse very much just because that's kind of adding a new complication. But I might occasionally use that if it seems a lot more efficient. And then the thing that really surprised me that I'm honestly not completely sure of, let's go ahead and get in the game here. Before I actually do a timed speed run, I want to do a little experimenting. Skip through this. Skip the speed up. Okay. Okay. So let's go try this out. So while we're here, let's try, I'm not standing near the closet, but I'm going to try pull closet. And I honestly don't know what's going to happen in this case. Okay, you're not close enough. So that's what I thought. Like, to pull the closet, we have to be close to it. But I think downstairs, it might work a little differently. So pull clock. Yes, that's what I thought. She walks straight over to the clock. And I think what's happening here is if there's ambiguity, you need to be near the item. Another thing I discovered watching a run the other day is I, for a long time, thought that to open the cellar door, you had to type open cellar door, because whenever you type open door, it says just do it yourself. And what the game means there is that in order to open the door of the house, you can just walk into it and she'll open it automatically and go in. The cellar door doesn't do that. So I thought, oh, the game doesn't understand unless I'm specific about the door. But that's wrong. You just have to be right next to the door. And it's very specific where you have to be to open that door. So if you're in the right spot, you can just type open door and it will open the cellar door. So with the closets in the upper hallway, it's a little bit of a similar situation. You have to be near the closet you want to pull or move, or the game won't understand which one of those you want to interact with. But down here, we have a clock and a mirror. So if you just type either one, it knows what you're talking about and it'll just do it and it'll walk over there. Afton is experiencing weather. Oh no. I meant to comment this on this when I started streaming. 6-7 said the last weather claimed my car finally. Gosh, that is unfortunate. But I hope y'all are doing okay with all the weather going on. We are fortunately not experiencing too much at the moment. We actually had a very nice day today, although it's gonna drop like 20 degrees tomorrow, of course. And Secret Crush does not have enough crystal ore to craft a Dendro treasure compass. Oh no, bummer. But at least you can craft one now once you get the ore. So yeah, not having to walk all the way over to these is super helpful. And then the other kind of big picture thing I think I've been screwing up on in my runs is I've been doing a lot of going into these passageways and looking into the eyes or holes in the paintings in order to basically see a scene that causes time to pass. And I think in most of those cases, there's a more efficient way to do it. I'll experiment with that a little today, I think. Right now, I'm kind of thinking how I want to go about this initially. I think probably what I'll do is I will do another slower run where I just kind of go through the steps I have in my run here and see what I can optimize. And then after that, I will do a much more efficient playthrough, just following the steps that I've figured out previously. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to experiment with before I actually started doing a run through. So let's go ahead. Oh yeah, also I did finally decide to look at what the official rules are for a run. It's like at this point I figure I'm pretty close to at least getting that number 5 time on the speedrun leaderboard. So I might as well look at the rules, and if I have a recorded run that I want to submit, then I can submit it. So the rules for this category are time starts on restarting, which means that the selecting a fingerprint is not considered part of the run. So basically, once we hit this restart button, it'll start the run. And as we previously determined, time ends when you shoot Rudy at the end. You must achieve Super Sleuth rank and have a complete notebook, of course. And your video must show the Sleuth-o-meter rating and the notebook at the end. So I just want to see that in your submission to confirm that you've done everything correctly. 67 says, yeah, I have to actually go visit an insurance adjuster tomorrow to get the check. Jeez. I really am hoping they did not have a spooky pocket watch. Yeah, I hope not. I don't know that much about insurance adjustment, but I think the Obra Dinn is maybe a little bit fictionalized. I'm just guessing, but fingers crossed for you. And I hope that's not all too much of a pain in the ass. Speaking of weather-related insurance adjustment, I've mentioned on stream sometimes in the past that we had some basement flooding a few years ago, and I was honestly pleasantly surprised at how helpful the insurance person was in dealing with that claim and everything, and it all worked out great. So hope you'll have a good experience. Silver says, I mean, if you can actively see the pocket watch, you're fine, since it means you're not dead. Good point. 67 says, someone would do that? Just make things up and put it in a video game? I hear they do that. It seems weird, but I think it's true. Okay, so as I said, this run is not going to be very efficient, but I got a timer, so we might as well use it. So let's start that going. And my last runs, I had my notes on my computer in the notepad section here, but I've determined that it works out a tiny bit better to have them on my iPad over here next to me. So, oh no, we got this again. For some reason, fairly often, honestly, when I restart the game, I just get this black screen, and like there's no way to fix it that I've been able to figure out. Just have to restart. But yeah, I figured the best thing I have to show is a little bit of my keyboard arrangement in the notepad cam area here. So let's see, who is this? You think I'd be a little bit better at this by now, but I think it's Dr. Fields. Okay. So let's go ahead and restart. Okay. Timer, go. And the main thing I need my numpad for is to just mash plus really quick to get the speed up. But also it is very nice for navigation. Nice to be able to go diagonally. So at the very start here, the tricky thing is that I talked about finding more efficient ways to pass the time. Like in my notes here, I have to go in the left closet and look in the eye holes to the colonel's room and then open the door in the bottom. In order to change that up is going to require a lot of like rethinking of my entire route. So I'm trying to decide right now if I should bother to go into that. I think for at least this one, I'll skip it. I might do more of that off stream, or we'll see. I'll figure it out as we go. Because I do need to come in here to open the door at some point in the game. It's possible there's another time I could do that, but I also can't do that while there's someone in here. There's certain points where if you try to do that, you'll get yoinked by the murderer off the side of the screen. So I don't want to do that. I found that it seems like there's certain times where it is safe and you won't get killed. So my route is based around those times that I figured out are safe. All right, another interesting thing I discovered the other day is that the cigar butt is one of the items that requires close scrutiny, but not actually. From what I can tell, you just need to look at someone else's cigar. I assume you could also look at the cigar with a monocle. Hey, One Short Eye, good to see you. Actually, going the passages gives you credit for all the entrances and exits in that passage. Yes, that's what I was saying about going through the door to the south. So I need to do that at some point. It's just a matter of, I'm not sure when you came in, but I was talking about how, like, I'm definitely doing a lot of things. Oh, you don't? Going into... Oh, so you don't ever have to open those doors? Wow, okay. That changes a lot. Okay. Yeah, I started out saying at the beginning of the stream, I looked at a little bit of your speed run on the leaderboard and a little bit of the Santa Claus run just to like figure out some things I could improve on. So I'm taking kind of a gradual process to finding little things to improve on, but that sure is a big one. I definitely know my overall route and is inefficient, and I'm taking a lot of steps that aren't necessary, but that is a huge help. Okay. All right. So that's definitely something I'll think about as I go here. And again, here's a spot where I could just use the mouse to click on the bag. I don't know if that really is the best way to do it. It does feel pretty quick to do that. And then I have the right passage. This probably is not the optimal time to do that, so I might just skip it. Let me update my notes as I go here. So I am going to, well, I'll leave that as is for now. I'll update my notes to reflect what I'm doing here. So then we'll go downstairs and go in the clock passage. Again, this is another case where I'm doing this to pass time, which probably isn't the best way to go about it. But we'll stick to it for now. It's wild that I never realized you could do that without going over to the clock. One Short says, oh, sure, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. Yeah, like, definitely, like, the thing I'm enjoying about this is, like, continually making little optimizations as I go based on learning new things about the game's mechanics. For me, that's the most interesting part, is gradually understanding how this game works exactly. My favorite dumb way of getting credit for the doctor's bag is simply typing close bed. The game tells you can't do that. There's a bag on the bed. That's great. Also, that's interesting. Oh, I think maybe I did actually close that at one point. I assume you can close it? Yeah. It's been a while since I messed around with that. Honestly, I always figured there must be some way to have the Murphy bed fall on you and kill you, just because this is a Sierra game, right? It seems like a thing that would happen. Unexpected death scenario, but that never came up, and I've never heard anyone talk about it, so I assume it's not actually possible. Okay, we're gonna look at the eyes here, pass some time. We're going to go to the parlor, look at the decanter. So, one short eye, since you're here, maybe this is a question you could answer for me. A thing I've run into a bunch is when there's a conversation happening like this, you can't type until the conversation is over. I have found this nice little workaround in that I can look at the decanter with the mouse, even though I can't type look decanter. Is there any way to like skip this dialogue or anything like that? I assume the best way to deal with that is to simply go in the room at a different point in the route where the conversation is not happening. But I wasn't sure if I might be missing something. Wait, what? Oh, go outside. Okay. I believe this is necessary to go outside at this point, but I'm not positive. Previously, I determined some things were not happening until I went outside. So that's why I still have that step in my notes here. Don't think there's a way to dismiss those faster. The way it's routed for Super Sleuth, you don't encounter them. Yeah, for sure. And now we can... I keep losing track of where I am in my notes here. Oh, the mirror. Okay. So then we get this scene that passes the time. Another question while you're here, One Short Eye. It seems like at least some of the runners, ScumVM is running a lot faster than it is for me. Is there some trick to that or what? I couldn't find anything about increasing the speed of ScumVM beyond, at the beginning I'm mashing plus to get the game in-game speed as high as I can. But it almost seems like maybe ScumVM is actually itself running faster, like not throttled as much as it is in my version. I am playing on a Mac, so I don't know if that might have anything to do with it. So now we can go in Gertie's room, get Hanky. We use a community-made fork of ScumVM. Okay, called Urquan ScumVM. It disables the speed throttling, so it's closer to native DOS. Very interesting. I figured that might be the case. I also, honestly, I'm fine with that. I don't expect to become a very serious, competitive speedrunner. And, playing at that speed seems a little bit maybe too difficult for me. I already have a hard time getting through some of the doorways and stuff, so. Okay, so now we're going to the left passage, and this is a thing where I might want to change, but... Oh, actually, I have going downstairs and going through the passage. That seems inefficient. I think we can go in Rudy's room now and, yeah, see this. This is one of the, you need to see various people having some sort of physical encounter. So I'm going to leave this section out of my notes here where I go down and go through the left passage. So we've got that. Oops. And then I can't go anywhere until that's over, which is not ideal, but what you gonna do? Okay, so now we can go to the study. Look case. Open cabinet. Go outside. And that should pass the time. And then we follow these two guys inside. This is another thing I don't know is actually necessary, but for now I think I'll stick to it. Wrong key. Just not paying attention. So then left passage, open door up, take poker. So we don't need to go through the passage, we know now. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I skipped ahead in my notes. I'm curious. Okay. So this is an example of one of the things that I have been going in the passage and looking through the eye holes to move time along. And I have not figured out yet if there's a more efficient way to do this. But if we do this and then open door, oh wait. Man, I'm getting thrown off by all these changes to my route here. Okay, so this I was getting ahead of myself, I guess. Or wait, okay, no. Something else I did must have. A thing I've noticed is that like you can skip one little thing and it screws up everything up so much. One short I says, always thought that section was amusing. They want to get away from Laura so badly. Yeah. So yeah, I clearly skipped something a bit ago that results in the doctor not getting murdered yet. Because the next thing in my notes is... Oh, look holes down. Okay. Actually, can I go in here and... Yeah, okay, so that gives me time passage. And then I can... No, he's still not dead. Interesting. Okay. Fascinating. Ask Doctor why not dead. So now I think he will be. No. Okay, so I must have missed some other trigger. Weird. Okay, so I do want to spy on them for the notebook entries. Interesting. Doorways are so hard. So what am I missing to... Like, the only thing I skipped in my notes is after... Did I not go back into Gertie's room? I think I did. Yeah. I totally did. Need to be careful not to get a chandelier on me here. Oh, I did notice in one Short Eyes run that after the Rudy encounter is a good time to come in here. And from what I understand, anytime Fifi is sitting here at her vanity, you will get credit for smelling her perfume. Curious if that'll affect anything here. This doorway is causing me troubles. No. Huh. I keep looking back in my notes and thinking about what the game demands that I do. Let's look at the things that pass time. Oh, did I skip? No, we saw... Seeing the Colonel and Fifi passes time. Downstairs passage, looking through the lower holes passes time, and then going into the parlor passes time, and then going to Gertie's room. So I don't understand what trigger I missed. Oh, wait, what? I'm completely screwed up somehow. Maybe I should just start over. This is going quite poorly. If you're just trying to pass time, try going to the kitchen. Yeah, like, I mean, part of the thing is I'm trying to plan out a better route for myself as well. And I feel like going to the kitchen at this point is inefficient, so I want to figure out what I screwed up. But I guess it's not a clock, that's why. I guess part of the thing I'm struggling with at this point is like there's so many drastic changes I could make to improve things that I'm just, completely changing my run if I want to be really efficient about it. But at least I should just focus for now on skipping some littler things, I think. So we can go in here and look cigar. Look bag. And then I think previously I skipped going into the right passage. I think I'm going to continue to skip that. So we're going to go down in the left passage. And look into the billiard room. See that convo. And then go into the parlor. Look at the decanter and get some more time passage. then billiards room is not the most efficient way to go outside if that is the thing that's required. So we'll just skip that entirely. And then rite passage. One thing I noticed that I still haven't gotten used to is that you can type move instead of pull, which for me is easier to type, but I've gotten so used to typing pull that I always forget. And then look eyes down, skip. Is that the thing I missed somehow? And now we can go up to Gertie's room. I don't know. I'm confused what I ended up doing the last run. Take Hanky. And then we want to go back in and then leave and then go to Rudy's room and leave as soon as we can. Indecision strikes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go up to Fifi's room. I should add that to my notes. To Fifi's room. So that should save us some time later. And then the study. Thanks, Dad. And then follow them to the hallway and pull mirror, move mirror. Yeah, that's the problem. My notes says pull. If I change that to move, that will probably help me remember. And then previously I was going through the door here, but it's probably a little easier to walk around and not have to type. It's a tough call. Why do I have go to kitchen in my notes? Oh, to pass the time. Okay. I should probably make a note of what passes the time, because it's not always clear from my current notes. And then I have go to library, pass time again. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it was going to the kitchen that I screwed up. Okay, I understand now. My notes are a little off at that point. So that was why I got confused. So now I'm curious if we can just go in here. Although one short I said we do want to listen to them to learn some things. Oh, it's just Gloria now. Did I screw that up? No, we'll see. All right. So now we can get the poker. And then go upstairs to the right passage. Look holes down, left passage, look holes up. This is another part where my notes are kind of a mess. We'll go ahead and do that. That was weird. Calls up. Okay. And now is a long sequence I actually have somewhat memorized. Oh, right. An interesting thing I learned. I think this was also from one Short Eyes video. Instead of open icebox, we can just type get bone or take bone, which is funny because we don't even know that the bone is in there. I guess Laura just knows there's a bone in there. Whoops. Look in doghouse. So now we have the necklace. And now we can go in the basement. Oh, crap. That happens to me every time I accidentally come inside. Open door. There's that thing I was talking about. If you're not in just the right spot. Oh, we caught Jeeves hiding a little something there. Get box, eat it again. And now we're going to go to Seely's house and take care of a bunch of things. Get bone. Reporter's intuition, exactly. Knock. I know you can also do rap. I keep forgetting about that. Give necklace. Now we get invited in. We can get that delicious carrot for Blaze. This is so hard to navigate. We can ask about Jeeves. We can ask about Rudy. I know I think it's Control A. Let me practice that real quick. Control. Okay. So yeah, I need to get used to doing that instead of typing ask about. That'll help a lot. Okay, so I think that's everything here. And now we go find our monocle. This one's tricky because it could be in the church, it could be in the stable. At one point I decided it's been in the church enough times that I should just go in the church and see if it's there. And then naturally, the first time I decided to do that, it was not there. But I guess I'm going to stick to that. Okay, and I'm glad I did. And then we need to search body to get the monocle. And then we can look poker with monocle. And look hanky with monocle. And then we need to go say hello to Blaze. I don't know if this is necessarily the best time to do this, but it's a time we're kind of out this way, so it seems all right. Give carrot, open gate, and let's try this. Take lantern. Okay, that's what I thought. We need to get a little bit closer at least. And then carriage house. This navigation always screws me up. There we go. Take can. Take crowbar. Now we need to go in the playhouse to pass time. Poor Wilbur. Wilbur seems... I don't know, I don't trust him. I can't remember if he's done anything obviously bad aside from, I don't know, gambling. And now in my notes I have doing the armor next. There might be a better time to do that, but again, this is fine. Oh yeah, the flirting, I forgot about that. Yeah. I knew I was thinking there was something he did that was gross. I'm glad I learned that you can type mask instead of helmet here. I think that was a rare one I determined on my own. Open mask, just through experimenting. So now we have the, what you call it? One of the parts for the fountain. Okay, next thing in my notes is to go up into the attic. So in my notes I have going through the passage, but now that I know we don't need to use every door, I should be able to skip that. The tricky thing is, since I'm ignoring a lot of sections of my notes, I have to make sure I do go in each passage eventually. Insert key in lever. I haven't figured out a shorter way to do that. Push lever up. And then we got look boots with monocle. If you got some coins for Karen and you redeem them very quickly, I'll give you a moment in case you want to. We can see a death that I've never seen before. Maybe I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Thank you, Unsecret Crush. There we go. Just pops out of nowhere with honestly a very King Graham looking cap, if you ask me. What a cruel choke. Jeez. We will restore from that safety save. I tried to get that when I was playing the game initially. Somebody in chat pointed out that there was a death you could get here. I think the reason I couldn't trigger it is because if you look in the chest before you go in that little spot there, it won't happen. Because if you've looked in the chest, you know the disguise, essentially, all the clothing items are in the chest. So you can't create a paradox. Look boots with monocle. That's another thing I learned about in One Short Eye's excellent YouTube video. Where am I? Okay, so we're going to Fifi's room next. This is a thing that feels a little inefficient. Unlock door, open door. So the weird thing, I can't remember if I ever talked about this on stream. This is another scene where you can see Rudy assaulting Fifi, much like we saw earlier. But I've gone through twice, only seeing them have an encounter in this room, and the game doesn't seem to give you credit if that's the only time you see them fighting. So I think you have to go in Rudy's room in that earlier spot that we did. One Short Eye says that's correct. We think it's a bug. Yeah, it seems like it has to be. Like it, logically, they are, I can't remember how the game words it, but, they're having a fight, basically. A physical encounter is, I think, a little bit closer to what the game says. Okay, so now I want to try to find the cigar. I still don't have the cane. I haven't been going in the secret passages enough, possibly. Hopefully we can find the cigar and cane. We'll see what we can do here. I hope I didn't miss the cane already. Nothing there. We'll check all the passages. Possible I screwed this up already. People who struggled physically, thank you. Hey, Eden Wave, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. No cane there. I hope I'm not out of luck. Oh, there we go. Okay. And now we've gone in all the passages as well. So got the cigar. Okay. So now Gloria has been murdered, I believe. Yes. Take record. Look record with monocle. Go to parlor, go. Okay. So now we want to, from what I can tell at this point, in order to pass the time, you need to see either Clarence or Rudy outside. And then, it almost seems like, okay, so there's Clarence. That's good. The other thing that seemed necessary to trigger the fight in the front of the house is finding Gloria's body, even though you otherwise don't need to see it. But I couldn't get this fight that's about to happen to trigger other... Oh, of course, now it doesn't happen. Did I skip something? Does it maybe just take time? One short eye says I could be wrong, but I don't think the cane or butt ever disappear. Interesting. Okay, here's the fight. Maybe it's more that it just takes a little bit for it to happen? Might need to look more into that. So this, we can't really do anything until they both left the screen. And then we'll go to the study. I think that's necessary to pass time. When Short Eye says, remember how you saw Clarence walking by the hedge garden? You can follow him all the way to this fight. Okay. So we just got to give him time to show up there. Makes sense. Some time passage, and have to wait for this to complete. Timers, the enemy of speedruns. Now we need to find drunk Ethel and also deal with the bell here. Usually Ethel will show up while I'm doing this. There she is. Always great to see you, drunk Ethel. I'm going to do a safety save here, just in case I screw this up. Pull ring with cane. Yeah, I knew. I haven't figured out what is a safe spot. There's a certain area where if you're within it, she will move directly under the bell. And I haven't, like, there's... Maybe it's like if you're on the grass, you're safe. Of course, not close enough. Usually I don't have this much trouble. There we go. Ding ding, you're dead. Okay, so take the crank. Don't want to forget that. Now I have go to study, go in the left passage. We're going to skip the left passage. Now that we know we don't need to go through those doors. Go upstairs to Fifi's room. I think we can skip that as well, since we already saw her putting on the perfume. Which is the thing I was wondering about. If you go into Fifi's room, at this point in the game, you see a scene where she's getting dressed for her date with Jeeves, which again is another timed thing that, like, you can't skip. So I figured there must be some way to do that in a more optimal way. But we do want to go to the parlor, it looks like, to pass some time. Hey, Bolt, good to see you. Spacer's Bequest. One short, I said, sure, you don't want to just wait here and listen to Ethel over and over. I mean, that is very enjoyable, but we're trying to get, it'd be nice to get at least under an hour on this one. There should really be a Ethel % run. Drunk Ethel %. Which I guess would be get to Drunk Ethel as fast as possible. And then that's it. You win. Go outside. Okay, so now at this point we can find the rolling pin in the southwest corner. That's the Seeker run. I have not figured out if there's a way to refer to the rolling pin. The game does not understand pin, or like I tried roller was the next best thing I could think of. And then we need to look at this footprint with monocle. And then what's next? Go inside, go upstairs, left passage. Look holes up. I guess I'll do that. I'm not sure what that gets us. Didn't mean to go through here, but that's okay. You can ignore stream elements tonight. Hints are welcome. Eventually, I will have more of this memorized, and I won't get lost in when I am having to refer back to my notes all the time. Like, that's honestly been one of the biggest slowdowns, is I need to refer to my notes to remember what's next, and like I can't remember exactly where I was. So I have upstairs, left passage, look holes up. And I don't know if this is for a time passage or what. Okay, yeah. And then we go downstairs to the dining room, which is another time passage. That's Rudy eating pie, I think. The world record uses rolling pin. Okay. Thank you for confirming that. Right path. Oh, right. This is a point where if we come in here, we get this faint aroma of perfume. I think that is a thing we need to notice at some point. Honestly, like the whole perfume, like I know there's a bug where if you smell the perfume, it's backward, but if I recall, that message is correct. One short, I just said yeah, so. And then upstairs left passage, look holes up, so that's another time passing. Automatic one you get by going in the passage is what you need. That's what I thought. And then this should get us to Act 6. No one in the Colonel's room. So we got some more time passing. You know, I'm going to do a save here. Actually, let's do a different save slot. This is Act 6. So we'll call it that. I'm hoping, yeah. This is faster, I think, than looking through the holes at this point, because we can just dismiss the clock and leave. If you go in the passage and see those two people writing in their diaries through the paintings, you get a timed sequence that you cannot skip. Hey, Vervain, good to see you. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, I think. Like, this is, we're about to surpass my best time. But, you know, it greatly improved on like a week ago. And I'm mostly like making notes here for how I can improve things further. So, pretty happy with it. So, I'm just updating notes here. Go to Lillian's room, and hopefully this doesn't cause us to miss something else important. Go to Rudy's room, and now we want to, okay, so Rudy is outside the study right now, so we need to see him petting Beauregard to pass some time, and then we can go visit Seeley, and we'll be in Act 7. If we can get through the doorway. Okay. We'll try rap for once. Door, our eternal nemesis. Okay, so now Act 7. Okay. I still have in my notes to look for the cane at this point, but for a long time now I have been getting that much earlier in the run. So that's not something we need to do. I also had previously included going through the secret passage that leads to the parlor at this point, but now we know that's not necessary. So we can just go right here and look glass with monocle. Let me update my notes here. We'll just say go in parlor and look glass with monocle. That's like 3 typed commands I'm skipping. This is going to go a lot faster when I actually do this efficiently. And then we need to go into Rudy and Clarence's room where Clarence has been murdered, and we need to read his notebook. And now we need to find Clarence's body to get the matches. That can be either in the bathroom or in the room where the doctor is staying, but we need to look at the bottle in here regardless. So it makes sense to come here first, do this. Ideally, we would find his body and then we could skip going over here. But you don't always get what you want, I suppose. Okay, so now we have matches. And now we can do the whole secret hedge garden passage. And in my previous runs, I've been doing it at this point, so I think we'll go ahead and stick to that. It seems to work out fairly well. Tell the Colonel that smoking is unhealthy. You know, it's funny. A thing I was super worried about when I started speedrunning this game is this stupid railing here. I was so sure that I was going to have to slow down the speed a lot to make sure I didn't run into the railing, but I have not. I don't think I've done it once. I feel like it's, once you know it's there, it's pretty easy to avoid. Also, the chandelier, again, I learned from one Short Eyes video that you have to be walking down on this screen and pass a specific point that is, I think, around here. So that's like super easy to avoid. You just, if you need to come down, you just go on the side. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about it. I've found that since I have a numpad, I can walk diagonally, and I think that is fine. It's possible I'm just missing the trigger, but I think that it's just fine if you're walking diagonally. Honestly, the doors are a lot more trouble than those couple death possibilities. Okay, so now we want to put handle in shaft and then turn it. And then we gotta come up here and turn the statue. I believe this is necessary. Light lantern. Like, I couldn't find a more optimal way to do this that doesn't require going all the way around here. Silver says, I must crash for the night. Good luck on your continued improvements. Have a rad night, all. Thanks for hanging out, Silver, and have a good night. Eanway says, numpads were made for Sierra games. It's pretty much required to climb the rope in the Black Cauldron. Interesting. Yeah, I honestly, like, 99% of the reason I got this numpad is for Sierra games. Maybe a teeny bit of other possible gaming use, but definitely mainly Sierra games. I have not played the Black Cauldron myself. Let's see, what's the efficient command here? Put crank. And then turn it. I think if I'm remembering correctly, I believe Unsecret Crush has suggested that she will play the Black Cauldron with me at some point. I think that's eventually the plan. Unsecret Crush says, I haven't played the Black Cauldron since I was a wee babby child, excuse me. Here's another one that's a bit longer. Pry vault with crowbar. Pry vault just tells you that, you know, you couldn't possibly open it with your hands. And I haven't found a shorter way to refer to the crowbar. Here we can lift bar to get out. Now we need to go to the playhouse to pass some more time. We're getting there here. This is always a little tricky. Probably better to go behind. So now, at some point we need to go to the study and observe that some items have moved. So this seems like an okay time to do that. Shoot. Look in cabinet. I believe in is vital there, if I'm not mistaken. And now, at some point we need to snoop in Lillian's diary. And also at this point in time, if we see Rudy in there, we get some time passage. So I think this is, it seems like the optimal time to do that. Yeah, I am using a numpad here. If you are directing that question at me, Siku. Open suitcase. Take diary. Whoops. Take diary. No, read diary. I think we need to read and then look diary with monocle. Oh, you were asking Lanky. Okay. Lanky said, oh, wow, I remember so little about the Black Cauldron. Probably the third Sierra game I played after King's Quest 1 and 2. Yeah, my first Sierra games... Oh, heck, Decaf Jedi. I was hoping I could raid you when I was done here. But welcome, y'all. I'm going to say right now, if you have not played the Colonel's Bequest and would like to at some point, you will see some significant spoilers very soon. I am practicing a speed run. This week, basically, is my 1 year anniversary as a Twitch affiliate. And on Friday... I am going to do a speed run of this game. Hopefully I can get a new personal best when I do that. But for right now, I'm just kind of practicing my route, trying to refine things. I've had one short eye in chat giving me some hints on things I can optimize and just sharing some fun little details about the game. What else was I going to say? Oh, right. Another important thing for friends of Decaf Jedi, I will also be playing Stair Quests on my stream Friday. That's going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I believe I'm going to play Stair Quest first. I think we'll do Stair Quest and then my Colonel's Bequest speed run. And then I'll get to Maniac Mansion is going to be the main thing I do during that stream. And hopefully I can get through a complete playthrough of that. So I think that'll be a lot of fun if y'all want to come by for that. But, thank you for the follows and welcome, everyone. Hope you're doing well. If anyone in chat is not familiar with Decaf Jedi, strongly recommend dropping a follow there. If you enjoy my streams, I would be shocked if you did not enjoy Decaf Jedis as much, if not perhaps even more. Edenwaith says, ooh, play the Mac version of Stair Quest. Yes, absolutely. I know, I think I mentioned in chat many streams ago that I saw on the itch page that you had actually helped out in improving that, or I think improving it. Like, I think there was a Mac version, but it had some issues. I don't remember the exact details at this point, but I know you helped out with that, and I will absolutely be playing that version. Okay, let's get back to this. Where was I? I did the diary stuff. Now it's time to go to the church. This is a point where we, I believe, need to see Seely at the church to pass some time. So it's also a good opportunity to pry up some floorboards and find our item of religious importance, I want to say is what the game calls it. Something like that. So pry boards with typing is not always the best. Take Bible. Here, a thing about typing take, I grew up playing a lot of text adventure games, and then of course early Sierra games with the text parser. I always type take. Get is a whole character shorter, so it seems a lot more optimal, but it's really hard to change my brain on that. Okay, and now we just got the last act to deal with here. Gotta save those keystrokes. Yeah, I'll try to do it eventually. I see Edenwaith is asking about the Japanese version of Police Quest 2. Interesting. Okay, so we are going to go over to the hedge garden to find Lillian. There's Beauregard. Edenwaith says, yep, you have the details right. There was an original Mac port of Stair Quest, but it used wine. Yeah, so it was pretty large. I remade the port so it was a lot closer in size to the PC version. Nice. Okay, so take gun. Oh no. Take bullet, load gun, and search body. Probably not close enough. Okay. Did I do load gun? Okay. Important step. Now we just need to get inside. We need to... navigation's messing me up there. We need to go upstairs and see that the doctor's bag has moved. Interestingly, we need to look in it, even though we're not really getting credit for looking at anything inside of it. We're just noticing that it moved. At one point I tried look bag and that was not good enough. And then it's time for the finale. Short. There we go. And that's time. 42 minutes, 52 seconds. A very slow run. But we had fun chatting and made lots of notes for improvements throughout, so I am not complaining. Yeah, and like, I don't know how long ago that was, like late last week. It was taking me over an hour, so pretty good improvement, I'd say. The real question is, did I get Super Sleuth? I think we need to wait through. I don't think there's any way to speed this up. But hopefully I got that. And then I think I'll do one more attempt before I wrap it up for the night. I'll try to go faster this time around. So yeah, like if I did not get Super Sleuth, then I'll try to figure out what I missed. Otherwise, I'll just go through my current notes, basically the same run I just did, and see what kind of time I get, which will help me set my goal for Friday. And then I'll probably practice a little bit more off stream and see if there's any way I can slim down this run a little bit more before Friday. One Short Eye says, look, a bag should work at the end. Maybe you didn't get credit for looking at the bag in Act 1. That's interesting. You know, I'm not 100% positive, but I want to say the time that happened to me, I had a safety save before the end, and I went back and did look in bag and got the credit for it that way. But, you know, this game's so hard to tell, you know, what you're actually getting credit for at any given time. You know, maybe I was wrong. Yeah, definitely. You know, at this point, like, I have enough doubts that I would rather just type in and be safe. But certainly, if I start super optimizing, then that's worth looking into again. But I doubt I will get there. F-Town says, pour one trombone slide out for Ethel. Wah, wah, wah. Rip Ethel. Okay, here we go. I'm a little nervous. Whew. We made it. Wonderful. I've done a lot of runs through this game in the past week or two, both on stream and off stream. That is the third time in total that I've actually managed to get Super Sleuth. A lot of my runs, like, I just made some little change to what I was doing and it threw everything off enough that I didn't manage to get it. Okay. So I think I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. It'll just take a minute, and then I will come back and do another run through this, and we'll see. Like I said, my previous time, I want to say it was... Actually, let me look real quick. We got to know what I'm, you know, up against here. I want to beat my personal best. It's 27 minutes, and I want to say 50-something seconds. But I had it written down in our Discord here. Okay, 27 minutes, 50.95 seconds is my personal best so far. So I'll be back in just a minute and we'll see if we can beat that. Okay. Afton's talking to us probably slowed you down. Yeah, like certainly, you know, I wasn't trying to go super fast in that run through. Especially since, you know, I had a lot of things to improve on. You know, it was more fun to just chat through it and find some little things to optimize. So this time I will be focusing a little bit more. Honestly, I feel like even if I'm not super focused, I can probably beat my best score. But I am gonna try. So I might miss a little bit of chat. Let's exit. And I think this will restart here. So yeah. Use macros to paste commands. I assume that would be... Actually, you know, I don't know. The rules don't really say anything about that. But certainly, for me at least, that would be less enjoyable. I'm more here for the fun than for setting the world records or anything. One Short Eye says that would be forbidden. Yes. Yeah, I kind of figured, but that makes sense. Okay, so is there any way I can... All right, I'm just gonna... won't worry too much about perfect timing here. It happened again. Okay. I don't know why that happens to me so much. Okay, so we're going to have to do a fingerprint again. This one is Ethel? Looks like an Ethel. Where's Ethel's name? There she is. Okay. We have previously attended. So I'm going to stop the timer here since we had to do that. And then we'll restart. Okay. So again, I'm going to stick to my notes right now. So I know there's lots of additional things I could optimize here, but that's okay. I just want to stick to my notes and make sure we get the Super Sleuth score and go as fast as we can. Honestly, I feel like looking at the bag there and looking at the decanter are like the two times when I feel like I'm more comfortable just doing that right click with the mouse. It just seems much easier for those two. So move clock. And we'll go to the parlor and look at the decanter. This is one that I know I need to find a better time to look at the decanter because we have some... Well, actually, with the right click, maybe it doesn't matter that much. We can't type there, but we can right click. Now we want to go back outside and go back in. I think that's necessary. Pull the mirror... Eyes. Taz run of Colonel's Bequest. Go upstairs to Gertie's room. My biggest fear when I'm doing this, since I don't have the route memorized yet, is that I will accidentally skip an important step in my notes. Take the hanky. Go back in. Okay, so now we need to go back, or we need to go into Rudy's room, I think for the first time. See this physical struggle. Rudy being a dick. And now if we go into Fifi's room, we can see her putting on perfume. And now we need to go in the study. Really need to pull on more people's mirrors. Well, that was weird. I got kind of stuck there. You know, I held enter a little bit longer than normal. And I think that might have skipped multiple balloons. Word balloons is what I mean there. Seems to be a murderer walking around out there. Let's see, where am I at? Go outside. Oh, right, this conversation. I can't really speed up that conversation, but it doesn't stop me from mashing the keys to try. Pass some time there. Library to pass more time. Okay, poker. What's next? Upstairs, right passage. Oh, that was close. Don't want a chandelier on us. Okay, so look holes down. And now we can go... Oh, wait. Okay. I think we need to go over here. Oh, there's Arcane. Nice. That, if I didn't make that clear earlier, that is like randomized somewhat. So that could appear in any of the 4 passages, upstairs or downstairs. My route is planned out, or at least it was before I started changing things up again tonight, so that I would have a pretty good odds of finding that just by going through my route. The cigar butt later is another thing that's randomized, and I didn't have like a good plan for how to deal with that. Okay, so now we're going down to the kitchen and getting the bone out of the icebox and doing that whole sequence. Hey, got it on the first try. Eat a couple crackers. Give Seely's necklace back. Oh no, I'm stuck. Is this close enough? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, and then we need to Control A, ask about Jeeves. Control A, ask about Rudy. That gives us some important info we need credit for. I think now we're going to the church and or stable. This is a part that I have mostly memorized, but I always get nervous if I'm not glancing at my notes, I'll forget something. So we are now well beyond the world record for this run. It's like 7 minutes, 11 seconds. Rudy is, or not Rudy, Wilbur is not here yet. Or not here at all, rather. There he is. Oh, geez. Search body. So now we have the monocle, and we can look poker with monocle, and look hanky with monocle. We can go over here. Give Blaze a carrot for being a good boy, and open the gate. Now we won't get killed. Take lantern. And now we want to go into the carriage house, which I always have trouble navigating to. I've done it in an inefficient way, but we're getting there. Take can. Take crowbar. I was worried I wasn't close enough, but we got it. Okay. Now we just need to go in the playhouse to pass some time. Hello again, Ethel. Always great to see you, Ethel. Now we're going to go get the lever out of the suit of armor. What? Oh, yeah, there's a little pause there. I would love to avoid ever going to that screen, but I have always done a bad job of that. Oil mask. Open mask. Okay. Next is upstairs, left passage. Okay, yeah. Actually, we can skip the passage. And just go straight in the room. Oh, wait, what? Oh, shoot. I didn't expect him to be there. Oh, no. What did I screw up? I think this is a thing where I've missed some... something that triggers the passage of time. So he's here when I need him to not be. What was the last... We need to go in the attic at 9:45. It's very important. Look. I was doing so good. Okay, so it's 9:30, so I did miss something. Which one was it? Heck. Is it maybe looking in? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that's a bummer, but we're still doing all right. I don't know what I missed in my notes that screwed that up. Okay, good. Got the elevator here on the first try. Very good elevator RNG. Look, boots with mop. Okay. So my notes are way in the wrong place here. Unlock door, open door. Now we need to see this encounter and look at the decanter here with the monocle. And now we need to look for this cigar. Oh, wow. All kinds of good luck here. That often slows me down. I have to check all the passages. Now we're going to the billiard room to find the record. Oops. And examine that. Parlor. Okay, now we need to basically see a few different things to trigger the fight in the front of the house. Okay, so one short I said we can follow Clarence around here. Huh. He certainly doesn't take an optimal path, huh? Where did he go? Oh, we lost him, so I'll just go to the front of house. Oh, there he goes. Okay. There's not really any way to speed that up as far as I understand here. And then we just got to wait for it to finish. Didn't mean following him is faster. Yeah, I thought, you know, maybe it wouldn't. I thought I'd follow him a little bit and see if it, you know, maybe seemed like it wasn't any worse. But it doesn't seem worth trying. So now we can go to the study. Do we actually need to go to the study? Yeah, I think we need to go to the study to pass time. And then find Ethel one last time. Again, we just gotta wait for that. So we'll get this crank off the bell while we're waiting for Ethel. Ring with Kane. Made me a little nervous to do that without saving first, but we got it. We got the crank. Go to the parlor is next. I'm feeling good here. Okay, got some time passage. And now we can go find the rolling pin. And look at it and the boot print with the monocle. Go to the dining room. Oh, wait. Upstairs left passage. Okay. Yeah, there's a conversation we need to see first. Although, I could probably do these in either order, which might make it more efficient. Rudy, having some pie. Faint aroma of perfume, very important. Okay, back to the upstairs passage. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Act 6. This one's short. Lillian's room. Rudy's room. Clarence's room. Oh! Oh no! I really shouldn't have said anything earlier. If anyone was not here earlier, I commented on how I was so nervous when I started speedrunning this game. I thought I would have to slow down anytime I went near this railing to make sure I didn't fall. And it hadn't really been a problem. Overall, it's surprisingly easy to avoid falling down the railing. But it sure did happen, huh? Oh, that was a decent run too. Like I felt good about that. We just had a couple more steps to go, and then we were in the final act, right? No, 2 more acts. Excuse me. But still, like, well, you know, the important thing is we can do better, right? I do think it was maybe a mistake to not do a safety save at some point. Actually, like, as far as an official run goes, if you like save and restore at some point, I'm asking One Short Eye, of course, or, you know, anyone that happens to know, like, if you save and restore, is that like allowed for an official run or not? I assume it is, and that you just, you know, you'd obviously take a hit on your time in the process of doing that. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. So yeah, I think I will save at least halfway through. Like, if I had saved before I did the bell, like I was thinking about, then I could have popped back there and I would have lost very little. So that's probably a good time to do it just in case. All right. Let's take one more shot at this. I really want to get a complete run. Like, even if I don't manage to beat my time, I at least want to get through the game. Okay. Just resetting my notes here. Reset the timer. Here we go. Probably don't honor coins for Karen during speedruns. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so clock passage. Efton says coins for Karen are allowed in official runs, pretty sure. I mean, I don't think it would be against the rules to die unnecessarily. Go to the parlor. Look at the decanter. Go outside and back in. Pull the mirror. Speedrun King's Quest 6, it'll be even more appropriate. What am I doing here? Shoot. Lost track of my notes. Look holes down. Okay. And then up to Gertie's room. This part's easy enough. I can't believe I fell down the railing. Do the hanky. Visit the crime scene. Okay, yeah, Rudy's room. Beefy's room. The study. Jeez, that was... I went right over by the railing accidentally. Thank you, Dad. Go outside. Secret Crush says, would have been funny if you got another railing death. A little. Yeah, it would have been. It would have been funny if it happened early. If it happened late in the run again, then I would have been a little upset. Oh shoot, I skipped. I did out of order. I hope that's okay. Kitchen and library. We'll just go in reverse order. Mix things up. Okay, now we're in Act 3. I think we've done all the important things there. So we're going to left passage. Okay, so we're going to the kernel. No, the library, excuse me, down here. Yes. Now we're going upstairs. Right passage. Another scene. Oh, the cane. Okay, time for the icebox. Watch that railing. I'm gonna be so nervous about that now. It was great that it hadn't happened because it made me not freak out every time I walked by it. I wasn't sure about that. Okay, now we're going to visit Seeley. Ask about Jeeves. Ask about Rudy. Whoops. There's Wilbur in the church this time. Search body. Look poker with monocle. Look hanky with monocle. And while we're here... Oh wait, I don't have the crowbar yet. Almost forgot. That's a little unfortunate. There's probably a better way around it, so I have the crowbar there, so if his body is there, I can save some time. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Playhouse. $9:30. Hello, Ethel. Get the lever. And now we should be able to go in the attic. If I didn't screw anything up. Oh no. Crap. What was it last time? Did I do the same thing again? I clearly, I must have... Oh, you know what? I actually have in my notes to go to the billiards room. I keep skipping over that. I thought my notes were wrong, but no, it was me. Of course, we didn't get the good elevator RNG this time, but not too bad. Okay. Okay, you can do singular boot. That's good to know. So now we're in Act 4. We need to wait for this to end and look at the decanter with the monocle. Now we need to find the cigar. Hey, good. Billiards room. Continuing to be nervous about the railing. I almost did a save there. Go to the parlor. Okay, so now we need to trigger the fight out front. There's Clarence. Oops. Honestly, don't know yet what is the best way to handle this if you get here too soon. There he comes. Okay. Okay. So after this, we will go to the study for another time passage, go outside, find Ethel, and deal with the bell. And then save. Rail death speed run any percent. I'd be great at that. I am curious what the any percent run for this is like. I haven't looked at that at all. Okay, so once I climb down here, I will do that save. I'll just go ahead and do it now. Okay. Okay, all good. Now that we have the crank, we go downstairs into the parlor. Into the rolling pin. I don't remember what my time was at this point last run, but I feel like I'm doing better. Okay, next we go upstairs, left passage. Down to the dining room. Don't fall down the railing. Good, good, good. Pull the mirror. We need to smell the perfume in the passage. Back to the upstairs left passage. That's not where I meant to go, but that's actually fine. That might be better. Because all we really need to do is get that time passage. So that's actually a good discovery. And I believe now this is the spot where I fell down the railing, so we're good. Everything's fine now. We're going to the study and then going outside. Find Rudy, and then we'll go to Seely's house. This is great. I feel great about this. This is definitely better. Like, we're 3 minutes faster than my last attempt? I don't know how I did that. Okay, to the parlor, we need to look at the glass with the monocle. There might have been a better time to do that, but that's okay. Now we need to go upstairs to read Clarence's notebook. And now we need to find Clarence's body. Ideally, it'll be in here? No, it's never in here. Keeps happening. So now we need to go a little bit out of the way. Because we need his matches. Okay, now we can go to the hedge garden and do that whole sequence. That might be the last time I go by that railing. Maybe save? Nah, we're fine. We're fine. If I go by the railing again, I'll save. But I think I'm done. Oh, shoot. Put lever in shaft? Wait, what? Put handle. Jeez. So I get for not consulting my notes. Yeah, that animation is so well done. Pry vault with crowbar. Take pouch. Lift bar. Okay, now we're going to the study. Okay, I'm gonna experiment real quick. We can. Okay, so this is a much better time to come in here. Pry board with crowbar. I'm glad I thought of that. Take Bible. It's also interesting that I saw Rudy go by. I can't remember if I normally see him do that. Now we'll go in the study. If we can get there. To see that things have moved. Up to Lillian's room. I was wrong. We do have another railing encounter. I hope my little change of route doesn't screw me up there. Normally I would get a time passage here. I'm going to go ahead and save right here. So go to study, go upstairs, Lillian's room, go downstairs, go outside, go to church. We already did the church. So we saw Rudy walking around. Like normally we come up here and Rudy is in Lillian's room looking for something, but he's not. So what do we need to find him somewhere else? Or what? That's a bummer that I screwed this up. We're doing so good. If anyone knows what I need to do to get this final time passage, please let me know. Where are you going, Rudy? So going back in there did not work. Gotta find out who Beanie Guy is. Huh. He's just looping. Is it possible I missed something else? The parlor. I'm just reviewing this whole act. We go to the parlor, go to Rudy's room. We did that. Go to the bathroom, doctor's room. Went out to the hedge garden. We went through there. The playhouse. Oh, crap. I completely missed that in my notes. I just did not even see it. Honestly, I think my big goal for tomorrow, getting ready for my run on Friday, is going to be trying to just memorize the route I have. I might make some additional little tweaks, but like if I can memorize it, I will improve my time greatly, and that'll be a big help. Okay, now is when Rudy will be up in Lillian's room, I think. So I have to go back there. If I had done that in that order, but remembered to go to the playhouse before I went to to Lillian's room to find Rudy, then I think that would have still worked out as a good improvement to what I was doing before. There we go. Act 8. So we're learning. It's all good. Will I fall? No. We're in the home stretch. I'm not going to beat my time, but I'm awfully close. Here's a thing I can optimize here, I think. Just the tiniest bit. If I get the gun last, I can load it instead of load gun. One less character. Yeah, we'll go in here. Why not? Thank you, culinary. Oh, man. If I hadn't fumbled there, I would have beat my best. That's okay. Honestly, if I get close to it and still get Super Sleuth, I'll feel great about that. Oh, come on. Hey, Maple Mystery. I will read your comment in a moment. I'm almost done here. And time. I did beat it! Not by a lot, but that's like half a second faster or so. Maple Mystery said, "Oh my god, I did catch some live. I was actually just finishing watching your Oberdin VOD. Nice. Thanks for stopping in. Great to see you." Okay, now we just gotta wait and find out if I got that Super Sleuth. Thank you all. So that was pretty good. You know, I didn't do as well as I was hoping, but I definitely learned a lot tonight. And like right now, I think my goal is going to be to try to get below 25 minutes. I feel like that's an attainable goal. Let's see, actually, what was the... one of my goals is to get a time that would put me on the speedrun leaderboard here. So Author Blues has a DOSBox run that's 27 minutes, 39 seconds. So if I beat that, then that would potentially get me that 5th place slot. The next one up from that is One Short Eyes run at 14 minutes 12 seconds. That one is definitely going to take some significant changes to my route if I want to beat that one. But for now, I think I will stick to roughly this route. Again, for anyone that missed it earlier, this week is my 1-year anniversary as a Twitch affiliate. I think the actual date is January 2nd. And on Friday, I'm going to be doing a longer stream to celebrate that. So I'm going to start out with a run of StairQuest and follow that with my Colonel's Bequest speed run. And then we'll finish things off with a complete playthrough of Maniac Mansion. It'll be my first time playing that. So I'm very excited to finally check that one out. Also, I had a, speaking of Lucasfilm games, I had a sad discovery earlier, which was learning that I don't think I ever owned a copy of Loom. For a while now, I've been thinking I should play Loom sometime. I'm pretty sure I have a copy of the Macintosh version somewhere, which has the better graphics, like the EGA style graphics, basically, not the 256 color version that is more easy to obtain. I'll come back to that once we see our score here. Yes. Whew. Okay. So that's nice. I feel better now that I can predictably get Super Sleuth. Go through the notes just to... I believe if I were to submit a run, I need to flip through all the notes here just as additional confirmation that I did everything correctly. So I've been doing that every time. Yeah, so back to Loom. I thought I had a copy of the Mac version, which has the nicer graphics, the EGA graphics. But I think my memory was mistaken, and I think I only ever played a friend's copy of the game. Which makes sense the more I think about it. Like, I don't think I ever had that box. I thought maybe it was on... I have one collection of LucasArts games that's got, like... I think the 2 Indiana Jones games, and then Monkey Island, or maybe it's 2 Monkey Island games and an Indiana Jones. And I was thinking I had maybe a disc like that had Loom on it or something, but I don't have it, so I guess if I ever want to play the good version of that game, I gotta track down a copy. Yeah, I did. I grew up playing a decent number of LucasArts games, and I would like to stream some of them eventually. So we'll start that off on Friday. Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave it on. Oh, I said we'll leave it on that screen, and then I didn't. We'll start it back up so we get some nice music while we wrap things up here. Because that is going to be it from me tonight. There we go. That's the button. We can compare PC versus Mac. Starting time on Friday is going to be 4 p.m. Eastern time. So once again, here's the link. robotspacer.tv has all the details, including the games I'll be playing and stuff. And it's also on my schedule. We can hit that button, which will show you. I decided to just put it in as Maniac Mansion for the whole time slot, just because the way the Twitch schedule works, that seemed easier than putting all 3 games on there. But if you look at the schedule, you'll see the correct start time in your own time zone. Tomorrow on Secret Crush, we'll be playing some Genshin Impact. And then Friday we'll be doing that. Of course, she'll be joining me for that. We'll be having a little pizza party around dinner time, so she doesn't have to cook. On Saturday, as long as I'm not too streamed out from the long stream on Friday, I will do my usual Saturday afternoon stream, continuing Colossal Cave Adventure, the original text version. Also, if you watched the stream last week, I have an exciting update to share about the Mac version of that game that I've been playing. And on Monday on Secret Crush we'll be playing Persona 3, and on Tuesday I will continue Return of the Obra Dinn. I think we're getting close to the end there. Let's see, how many people do we figure out? I know at one point we had 42. I can't remember if I got 3 more after that or if that was including the last 3 I got. We might be up to 45. Regardless, we're super close. We've almost figured out all of the fates. So I am excited to wrap. Like, honestly, I'm a little sad because I've loved that game so much. I certainly won't rush it, but I am excited to eventually see what happens after we leave the ship. Like he says, if you wanted to experiment with Treat Stream, you might find folks willing to provide that pizza. That is an interesting thought. I will look into that. And I appreciate you thinking of that. Thank you for the suggestion. Certainly no big deal if we have to purchase the pizza ourselves. Oprah Dimpression is real. Baltimore says that doesn't work, Lank. I don't know what that means. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I guess I should find someone to raid here. My setup is a little different here, but we can work this out. Oh, Baltimore says I'm just sour because Treat Stream doesn't exist here. I see. That makes sense. Who all is streaming? Okay, that's a good option. Okay, we got a bunch of good options here. I think Ghoul Babe is playing one of the Tex Murphy games, which I've been very curious about. I've been aware of them for a long time, but I've never played one myself. She is playing the Pandora Directive, a 1996 game. So let's head over there and see what that is like. Baltimore says, need all the treats I can get. All right. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it very much. Y'all are wonderful. Hopefully we'll see some of you around again in the next couple of days here. But regardless, have a great week. Have a great weekend if we don't see you before then. And take care. Bye, y'all.